Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Long Dark, to my Naked and Afraid series. So, yeah, we just finished making the pants. That's what we were probably doing last. Got that done. It's getting towards the end of the day. Cabin fever risk is building up a little bit. Just going to check out a few things that's going on here. So I think we did lose. We lost an arrow. We got a bunch more arrowheads back in the rail yard. Now, did I actually have? I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any more of these. I think made up. We definitely won't get through making too much of those. Oh, my guts is coming along. That's good. And the moose hide is 51% through cured. So another 5 days. Well, we've got ailments 5, just cabin fever at risk. I did think about doing a lot of this off camera and trying to get through some of this a bit quicker, but I figured I just have other boring stuff to do. Now why can't I? Oh, wanted me to choose those things. Still getting my head around how this should work. Now, quality tools, I think, is another thing that can... Or is that just the actual arrows? When you get to make the arrows... Can't remember which one uses the quality tools, but we'll cut these up for the moment. Alright, now don't necessarily agree with it showing you tools you don't have. I think it should just default to going to the tools you do have, but I don't know. I'm not going to get too upset about it. Alright, well, enough wasting time chatting about it. Let's actually make some. So we made... And of course the wind has come up. And I think we should have just... Maybe, and actually we might not. It might stop us. See if we can get through it. An hour and a half. It's not gonna get us quite there, but we'll use a little bit of light we've got to get out of here. So I don't have to do the fumbling around in the dark in front of you all again. How much water do we have sitting on this shelf? Probably not huge amounts. Lovely weather. The moving of the rabbit trap seemed to have delivered a result. So that gives us a little bit of something to do.
So like night is coming.
So with 5 more days until that moose hide is cured, I think we probably should have a think about going in and checking out that ravine. Now, I will be the first to admit that I don't typically go down in that ravine. I've usually been too chicken. But I think as long as we go in with a solid plan, it doesn't have to be the worst thing to happen. I think a key part about what we should do... it's still too frozen, so to pull that by hand, so I'll just use the knife. Yeah, so I think a key tactic about getting down into that ravine is to make sure I have enough sticks and enough cloth to be able to build a snow shelter down there. I want to be able to have... Oh, just drop it here. Yeah, so enough sticks and enough cloth to be able to build a snow shelter. Enough fuel for a decentish fire. There's a bit of fuel down there, but we just don't want to get stuck because it is a really big rope climb. We want to go down fairly healthy. Let's drop those two on each other. Yeah, so we don't want to go down heavy. We want to lose as much weight as we can. We actually have some coffee. I think I left another tin of that somewhere. So we need to be able to rest. We need to be able to stay warm. We need to be able to build shelter. So I've only got 4 pieces of cloth there. I think the snow shelter takes like 5 and 15 cloth. Sorry, 5 cloth, 15 sticks. Not making a lot of sense. So speaking of cloth, there was a bit just here a second ago. There we go. We can do that in the dark for a little bit until we're tired. So yeah, it might not be tomorrow that we do this ravine adventure. What am I stuck on? Who knows? I think I'm looking at the ground. Now I'm back at the door. I've pulled a bit of cloth out of here. There we go, there's another curtain. There's another curtain. So going down the ravine will do a couple of things. It'll be an adventure. It will test my skills, which will give us something to do while we wait for the moose hide to cure, and it will probably help with the cabin fever. Well, probably. It should help with the cabin fever risk. I think there's cattails down there too, which is another good reason to go, because we're down reasonably low. Alright. Now I'm not really tired enough to get as much healing back as I want. I don't really want to just... It's not like I can sprint around in here anyway. I really don't know where I'm going. I'm hoping this is taking me somewhat back to the door, but I could have turned around anyway, so I don't know where I am. That's the fireplace. So that's probably the front door. There we go. Jeez, it's even too dark to do anything around out here. But as part of, helping with the cabin fever risk, so we had that damn book and we haven't read that yet. We can do that during some of the daylight, but we're only getting half cold. No, we're pretty high on stuff there. I'll tell you what we'll do. We're just going to play a little bit of Blind Man's Solitaire in the dark. A little pastime for 2 hours. Which isn't very tiring, unfortunately. I could sprint around in the dark, I probably would. Alright. 2 more hours. Just want to try and get it to that quarter. Because I feel like at least at a quarter we can maybe get 9 hours. 9 hours sleep. Alright. Yeah, like that. Oh, I'm still crouching. I was going, why am I going so slow? Came back in the door crouched. We'll plonk that down there. Alright. I'll set it for 10, but I doubt we'll get the full 10. Oh, we made it a fair way. We nearly got dehydrated, so we must have made it almost to 10.
I've never been so hungry in my life.
I'm just trying to figure out how much health we have. I mean, we lost 20% for the on the frostbite there, so we're about another 20, just over 20% from that. Do we have? We have well fed going, so we've got a little extra buff on top of there as well. So it's hard to know exactly where we are, but we're probably sitting at about somewhere 60-65% condition, but somewhere close to 80% of what we can have. Now, thinking of trying to drop some weight. I'll make these when we come back. If we're going to go do the ravine, no point having them. We might come back and try and make them. We can't do any crafting down there. Can't think of anything useful we could do with guts that's going to get us out of that predicament. Now, I might actually drop the cooking pot, but make sure I pick up a can. I'll leave that. I do want to take both of those stems. Now, hacksaw will help with the food down there, and the hatchet might help with chopping a limb or two, but we can also do that with the hacksaw. Don't know. Scrap metal's not going to help us out of any predicament. We've got some tinder plugs here and we can't use them at all because we are past fire starting. Gee, let me just double check that. I think we're past fire starting 3. Yeah. So we already had that going for us. And I doubt we're going to need to build 2 whole snow shelters, but might just take that anyway. We're probably not going to do any repairing down there. We're really not going to do much bow shooting either, but we might on the way back and forwards to there, so unprepared birch bark. Should probably cook that up sooner rather than later. Keep a couple of those on us, partly for warmth. Don't need it ready for the medication just at the moment. So all of this is useful. Some accelerant matches, mag lens. So we're kind of light. Now we will need a rope. So do we take the rope here and go and get the one from the rail yard? I think we'll use the one we've tied up outside. So we'll have to go and take that off and then schlep it all the way down to the ravine. So we're kind of seemingly light enough. I think that landfill is enough for us to do anything useful with anyway. So that's looking okay. And that's if we can go. Step 1. Go outside, eat moose meat. Step 2, get the rope. Step 3, come back inside and get warm. Minus 19. We are out of the wind. Let's take that rope. We weren't really going to use it anyway. Alright, so it's turning out to be an okay day, but we want to go inside. And we just need to warm up a little bit. How long do we want to spend? Just research that for an hour. That sounds like a really lovely weather day out there. Okay. Now, I put a pot away and I didn't pick up one of my cans. That could have been dangerous because I said I was going to do that. Because we wouldn't have had any way to make any more water down there. Well, let's see if it's viable. Horrible bloody weather. Now, is this the day you want to go down to a ravine? Tell you what. Well, like, I think there's a magic trigger down there anyway. But it was a lovely day before we started preparing plans. Research for another hour. Don't mind going down there when it's starting to get to night. But I don't really want to go when it's a full-on blizzard. That cabin fever risk is sure shooting up. So we either need to go down in the ravine or go stay in that cave anyway. So it is a little bit of a dilemma. It's not too late in the day. I did put that book back, didn't I? Might seem a bit ridiculous. Especially if I can't find anywhere to put this damn thing down because I've put so much stuff on the floor. I am actually going to sleep for an hour. Mainly because I don't want to have to sleep down there too much. Oh, I was also going to pick up... So I got extras there. 26 to build a snow shelter. Thing is, it's not actually that cold, it's just snowy as anything. You know what, I think I'm gonna take a punt. Now, Pest was saying, I think it's down this way. This way is actually fairly easy as a mountain goating, I think he was saying. But, probably don't want to trial and error that on this little bit. So I'll take the extra hit. Now I have seen that ravine be the death of a few people, so this might be our risky manoeuvre. Worst comes to worst, I can use 2 stims to get out of there and probably retreat back to the rail yard. If it goes seriously pear-shaped. Going to grab a flare out. Guess I need to race past some friendly neighbourhood wolves. Don't see anyone out. The squeaky noise I could hear was stopped as soon as I stopped walking. But yeah, I'm using a plug-in keyboard instead of the one that's built into my laptop. So in theory I shouldn't have this crazy movement bug. We'll see how that works out. Quite sure what. I do hear the bear crows. But I don't know what happens if I come over this blind hill here. Oh, there's a wolf somewhere. Coming to say hi. Now, I'm not really sure where this rope layout is. I might do something to lose this wolf. Get up this way without falling off and injuring myself terribly. I don't know if that loses that wolf or not. I can't seem to get past this bit either. getting cold. Don't know where that wolf went. Did he lose interest?
I've never felt so cold in my life.
I think we should just try and get on with it. I can hear the bear, but I just couldn't see the bear. I probably shouldn't sprint either. I do see that wolf over there, but just through those trees. But I don't think it knows where I am. I'm hoping so, because I don't want to creep up on me while I'm putting this damn rope out. Now we're going to take some damage a little bit deploying this. But I guess we just do that. Put that away. And now we're going down. Now I actually do want this fuel. Still actually under the 30 kilograms of weight, which is great. Now I was thinking the first thing I'm actually going to do apart from grab fuel on the way, I'm not going to worry about collecting any food yet. I'm going to head down to the end. I'll check this stuff out. Oh, there's that stem. Sewing primer. Nothing on there. So yeah, can you get down to the end here? So yeah, 2 full deers down here. There with this little lump. Think about making a fire down this end. Warming up. But I was curious about where the spot to build a snow shelter down here was. I don't even know if it really is doable. I thought it was in 1 or 2 spots, but I have definitely not done my research. But if I can get a protected fire down in this end, I'm not even sure how possible that is. Hello, fire striker.
I could use this.
Oh, it's in pretty good nick too. Tin of coffee. Okay. So. Can I make a fire in here, and how protected is it? I'll tell you what, let's use our brand new fire striker, because I never actually end up using them, and because the fire will work here, and I didn't want to light a torch just to go and redo that.
Come on. Come on.
So I'm actually considering, you know, maybe sleeping down here, but only for a couple of hours just to get some not condition back, just to get some, let's chuck some, so there's the magical wind button has been hit. chuck a piece of our cedar on there as well. So what we are going to do... How are we off for water? You're actually going to cook. Two coffees right off the bat. I don't want to chuck too much fuel on here if I can help it. How are we off weight wise? 32 kilos. Most of that's fuel. Some of it's some other stuff we picked up. A lot of it is sticks. If we have to scarper, we can throw a lot of those away. But drop those. Keep them warm. Actually going to cook that. Going to cook an extra coffee as well. Now, do I have a full-sized... Don't have a full-size one made up. Might do a reishi in a minute as well as extra warming, just to get some warmth so I can go run around and do some stuff. So I'm going to keep one on me. Actually going to drink that birch bark tea right now. Drink one of those for the warming.
It's getting dark out here. Time to look for shelter.
Okay, so the weather's coming in nasty and it's going to be ridiculously dark. Probably too, which might be the biggest thing against me actually. Don't have a lantern, so I'd have to use a flare for light if I got too lost. As is traditional, it's trying it on. I want the cattails or I want the meat? I think I want the cattails. As a priority. I'm a bit stuck. Oh, I really am stuck. Maybe not. I want to get over this log. Can I get over this log? There we go. Alright. These logs are a pain. Alright, now I don't really want to sprint because I still want the energy levels. I'm probably missing a few cattails, but I'm not super concerned about not completely harvesting them all. Even if we just scarper out of here with what I've got, it's still get over any of this. That's still relatively okay. Ah, right. Apparently I'm stuck on the smallest piece of log in the world. So hopefully our fire's still going. What is it? Minus 22, so we might have to chuck a bit more. Oh no, we're about to lose this. Apparently it got bottomed out. So, it's trying to get us done. Okay. For one of those. Cook a couple more. Drink a couple down right now, just to get a base temperature up. Okay. So the question then becomes about risking having little naps. Because it does seem like the wind can definitely blow in this corridor and get rid of our fire. There we go. Like that. Or we can just completely flee. So we got like the stim and the fire striker. So I'm pretty sure between these couple of coffees I think I got one more made up on me. Between those I can probably just about get out of here. But I might just try feeding this just a little bit more. Just to put it beyond a doubt. The direction sure is changing. What? I was debating whether or not to make up a few more of these, but I think I've got some coffee stowed somewhere. Maybe, maybe not. Changed again. Does it help if I change position myself? See if we can get it. Now I didn't explore where I could build a snow shelter, so that's kind of a little bit of a trap. There we go, get a little bit more out of it. I think 3/4 energy should be enough to make it to the top of that. I'm hoping so anyway. Pick them up for the moment. I might just try and face that way so it tries to blow it in my face. See if I can trick it that way. Dare I try and sleep for an hour? I doubt we'll die, we'll just wake up bloody cold. Can I put this bed anywhere? There we go. 2 hours on that. What do you reckon? Get a sneaky hour of sleep in. Let's see what happens. I'm going to gamble it. Fire has gone out. But, still have a hot cup of coffee. We're nearly full of energy now. Did pick up that bedroll, didn't I? Yep. So, we're just going to get out of here. Can't get out that way. These bloody logs. Oh, a couple more sneaky cattails. Now the tricky thing's going to be finding the rope. I don't know my way by heart off that. So we might have to sacrifice a flare to help us in that endeavour. It's fairly close to the end, but I think. Another wolf, some extra wood. Don't really want the extra weight at this point. Are we getting close? Where's the rope? Here's the rope, okay. See if that other coffee's still hot and we'll have a drink of that. Drop a little bit of weight. I think I'm happy with that. So, here goes. Get our grip back here for a second. We'll freeze ourselves, but oh yeah, we still have one coffee and it is hot, but we're not exactly needing it. We've wasted a bunch of coffee, but there's probably going to be that or a stim or whatever. That's probably as much sprint as we can get back. Oh, it's hard to tell because we have the weight load on us, so we'll see what happens. I'll wait a few more seconds. Now we'll go. Yeah, we had full grip, so that's okay. And now we'll get a flare out, but in theory there shouldn't be any bad guys. But we are going to have to struggle against the wind. And I think I'm going in the right direction. I'm very much guessing the terrain. But to be honest, I could be heading anywhere. Alright, that's the other drop off. I'm going the long way around. So I think I can head this way and just be at the gate. Side gate, that is. Or have I gone too far? Which way am I going? I've gone a little bit further than I thought, and I'm pretty sure I know where I am. Here we go. So that was an adventure. We got off fairly lightly. We probably took a massive battering to our clothes. Yeah, I'm going to chuck a few repairs into some stuff. But all in all, not too bad. Now, I'm actually going to squander a precious... Oh, now we still got that bug. Oh, if I've got this damn fire striker, I can't light anything. Okay. That's annoying. I don't want to drop the fire striker in all this because I'll probably never find the damn thing. So we'll just find our way in the dark. What am I button up against here? There we go. Should hit a doorway to a room pretty soon. Are we in that room yet? I have no idea where I am. I really do want them to fix that. Tell you what, we'll just sleep in that thing. Don't need to find the actual bed. So we picked up a few cattails, which was good. Got that extra stem. Had a little adventure. Didn't get any of the carcasses down there, but I'm not super concerned about that. Alright. So it's halfway through the night. We're not going to get much condition recovery. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pick that up. Do I want to... I'm past 3 hours. A little bit more tired. So we probably didn't need quite as much coffee as I thought we would to get up that rope, but a little bit overcautious. Oh, we're a bit low on the water, but I think I've got 10 litres in this room somewhere. Tell you what, I am actually going to do this. Where do you live? You live there. I'm going to drop you. Oh, we already had that out. Right, let's take that out again. Now we can light that. I was outside that room. I missed the door. There we go. So what I'm going to do... put that fire striker away, because it's kind of a menace. There's some more water we needed. We know where the bed is now. We could go light a fire and do a couple of things in here. Do we have much fuel saved up here? Did I put any in here? No, not really. We had some over here. Only books. But there is some extra coal. Got a couple of pieces of cedar and stuff. So we've wasted 1 day out of 5. Well, not wasted, I mean, but we've used 1 day of 5 of waiting for the moose. It's probably the biggest adventure we'll have for the rest of the 4 days. I lit this one instead of the forge because you can actually see a little bit more by it, at least in my estimation. But yeah, that ravine is definitely constructed to be a bit of a death trap. You go in there, you pretty much invariably will get a blizzard. And yeah, not really super safe for anywhere for a fire to get a good sleep. So I probably should have inspected where... I would like to know where to put the snow shelter. Now... not that we need the water, because we've got a bunch. But I feel it's always a waste to not use the fire, so... I'll probably pull a few more planks apart. So we've got an hour and 26 on that. 12 minutes for two bits. Minutes. We'll queue it up a little bit more. Sludge. Oh. What have I got left now? I want to get a couple of those. So we we've torn a bunch of fuel down already in this place, but you know, there is some more, like things like that. 4 in 39. You have the heavy hammer in there I could make work.
I could eat a horse.
We're getting close to that little magical quarter energy I like to be at. Still get some good torches. No! Lost the magic spot. That's the much better spot. What did I leave behind in there? Charcoal. That's a very good reason I left that there. Okay. leave myself much? Okay. Now, I meant to actually double check. See, I thought I'd left myself some coffee here, but it might have actually been confusing myself with the other game. I might have plenty. So I have squandered a little bit on that little escapade, but I found one down there, so I think I'm about even for what I started with. Probably. Kind of want to take this jerry can out of here for the putting back in a lantern at some point, but we've still got a bunch of climbs ahead of us. But we do now have a moose hide satchel. Alright. So, still not quite at that tiredness I want. I'll break down a couple more things, I think. 10 minutes, 12 minutes, an hour. That will kind of take longer than I think that water will have. Oh. We'll see. See, I lost the torch on this and it's too far from that, okay. Bit of a shame. But we got some extra tiredness.
Could eat anything.
Alright. Now, what else can we do? Maybe we'll read about sewing for a few hours until we're fully tired. That's actually not a bad idea, and probably something I should have been doing a little bit more of during this time. Because, yeah. Alright, let's cue this up. She's just going to read for... You know what? I don't want to lose my well-fed either. Unfortunately, we're going to have to eat a few of these. There may or may not be some reasonable meat outside the front door. I think it's all carnivore meat, to be honest. Okay. All the moose meat that was in our belly is now gone. I'm going to pick these up so I don't forget about them, because I still want them for the moment. 2 hours, 5 minutes. Alright, I'll add the extra bit. 2 hours of mending. Now it is the morning, but I still do want to get a full 10. But we don't need that fire anymore, so I'm just going to research.
All I can think about is food.
1 more hour. Alright. Now I could try and do a day's worth of activity on not much sleep and get the full condition recovery tonight. It's not the silliest idea. Just wondering where all these wolves are. Listening for tippy-tap footsteps. What do we got there? Ruined wolf meat. Mouldy wolf meat cooked. Do I want to eat that and get the 1% risk? That's probably more of a food poisoning risk at that percentage, so don't think I want that right now. We didn't even get rid of our cabin fever risk. So we might have to think about having another little sleep out here. Out in that blizzard we didn't really dent it much, but we've also spent the last few hours in here.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
So we could put a fire out here, but we used a bunch of our fuel, so we'd have to think about that. But think for now we're just going to try and do the full 10. Just recover some condition and wake up at night time will be the end of this episode. There's our cured wolf pelt. Alright. Need ourselves a few more of these. We should be able to carry 40 kilos when we're not exhausted. So we still have well-fed, and we've got that. I might let the well-fed go at a certain point, but not while we've got so much moose meat sitting up at the other place. Alright, I should think about making another bow shortly too. Alright, we'll put in the 10, call this end of the episode, and we will see you in the next adventure. Alrighty, bye.